I said, give me a hell yeah!
Wrestling on Wii. 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 Wrestling on Wii.
You're tuned in to the dopest wrestling review show there is. Wrestling on Weeds, Monday Night Raw review joint. Stay tuned immediately after the review for the blunt ratings. And now, here's your hosts, The Boss, Mr. HD, and Two-Face the Wild Boy.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? No Two-Face in the building tonight. He is still under the weather, all the way under the weather. So, you guys wish him a speedy recovery. I'm going to talk about Monday Night Raw by myself, and then I'm going to talk about the saga of Charlotte Flair and all of the other pro wrestling news and rumors today. We're going to be here for about an hour, so buckle in, roll your J's, get ready for the show. So, without further ado, Monday Night Raw, man. It was a decent show. The show started off. I can't wait to set everything up my teleprompter so I can stop looking away from you guys. But Big E came out, as you know, things should. Champion opens the show. Big E came out, shouted out the Astros, shouted out, because they were in Houston, obviously. We'll bring that up again a little later. Shout out King Xavier Woods, got to show his new date, brethren, some love, of course. Shouted out Drew McIntyre for an outstanding match that they had at Crown Jewel. Then he asked who was next to challenge, and that's when Seth Rollins came out in his drip, cackling like a hyena, because that's what he does. Seth Rollins was like, bitch, I'm next, and he was like, but bitch, how? You just lost the match on the same night that I had a match. I remember, I was there in the same building, same time. I think the matches were like 2 hours apart. I remember, I saw it. Can't lie. So Seth was like, man, fuck all that. I went through hell. I earned my shot at the title. And Big E's like, now go to the back of the line. And then we had the obligatory opening segment where you get 3 or 4 superstars. I want the title. I want the title. I want the title. First, it was Rey Mysterio. And I was like, all right. But then Finn Balor came out. And I was like, yes. And then Kevin Owens came out, and I was like, okay. And it was all baby faces. And so I kind of saw what was about to happen for the rest of the night. Very easily predictable. But Sonya Deville came out and said, this looks like a fatal 4-way for a number 1 contender spot for me. And then she also added that it'll be a ladder match just to up the ante, which is a great idea. They put a contract, for the title opportunity above the ring, high above the ring. And those guys battled it out for it. We'll talk about that match in a little bit. But yeah, very predictable. 3 baby faces and a heel. fighting for a chance to fight a babyface. What do you guys think is gonna happen? So, Jesus, man, they're booking. After that, we had a triple threat tag team match, and the winner gets an opportunity at the Raw team tag team titles, not at the next pay per view, but in the next block hour. So they will be fighting in the third hour for the titles against Riddle and Orton. And in this match, you had Chad, the Street Profits, and you also had Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy, and you had the Dirty Dogs. This one was a little more, I don't know who's gonna win because you got the babyface team with the belts, and you had two heel teams. So either the Alpha Academy or the Dirty Dogs would have made sense as far as WWE booking is concerned. Yeah, so Gable and Ford kicked things off, a match that I would love to see one-on-one. Would love to see Gable and Ford go at it. Only, two guys illegal at a time. This wasn't a tornado match or anything. Ford and Gable showing off their athleticism and strength. Ford tagged in Dawkins, and they started to take out all their competition. Ford, after the ad break, Ford and Rude were in the ring. Ford and Rude took each other out. Ford was looking for a tag. Ziggler tagged himself in and stopped Ford from making a tag. Ziggler looked for Famouser, but Ford caught Ziggler and hit a power bomb. Otis ran in and dragged Ziggler to his corner. Otis tagged himself in, made a bunch of mean faces, looked to take out Ford, but Ford managed to tag in Dawkins. Gable tagged himself in. Dawkins attacked Gable and hit a spinning double underhook neck breaker, one of my favorite moves in WWE right now. I called it the first time I saw it. Graves called it the Silencer. It officially has a name now, so I love it. Great move, creative move. Officially has a move. Dawkins, it's the Silencer. Sounds kind of violent for a babyface team, but hey, it silences motherfuckers when he does it to them, I guess. Dawkins went for the pin after that, but obviously the silencer doesn't silence people for that long because it was broken up by Bobby Roode. Gable hit the German suplex on Dawkins and bridged into a pin. Ford broke the pin with the frog splash. Roode tagged himself in. Ford hit a suicide dive to take out Otis, a beautiful suicide dive, by the way. Ford was in a position to get tagged, but out came Amos and attacked Ford, and Dawkins beat up everybody, punched Ford in the face. Roode picked up the win for the Dirty Dogs after a spine buster and a zigzag combo. It's kind of messy zigzag combo on Angelo Dawkins. The Dirty Dogs will be facing RK Bro later on this evening for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Montez will be champ. What's up, kid? Get money. What's going on, William Wilkinson? Good to see you in the building again, man. That's kind of soon, but I don't hate it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, Kid Get Money, because he's a superstar in the making. Like moveset, selling ability, obviously charisma. Sometimes I feel like he needs to tone it down because he be borderline cheeseball, but he's got so much swag and so much charisma dripping from him. He's like The Rock. The Rock said a bunch of corny shit and we laughed because it was The Rock. So I feel like Montez could definitely, be that same, not The Rock type. I don't think he's funny, but he's a different kind of funny. So, he's aware funny. I don't think The Rock ever lived in the hood a day in his life. So it was like, Montez got a little more edge to him with his presence, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I could see him being champ in 2023, maybe more accurately 2024. I think another 2 year. I don't know. Because it's the end of 2022. I think another maybe closer to the end of 2023. Maybe 18 months from now. That still seems a little too soon. But he's one of the hottest stars in the company, and they've obviously been testing him out. Had a great match against Roman Reigns, so anything is possible. I obviously would not be opposed to that at all. So hopefully Dawkins figures out something to do as well. After that, we had the boring-ass, terrible-ass Queen Zelina's coronation, and I immediately regretted wanting her or thinking it was a good idea for her to win because this promo was terrible. The crowd was falling asleep. I was falling asleep. She said nothing interesting. She basically said all the tropes that we knew she was going to say. I am the queen. I am royalty now. Everybody bow to me. You are my subjects. I'm a bitch. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So out came Dewdrop, the person that she beat last night. And I was like, oh, Lord, 50-50 booking. Here we come. But we did not go to 50-50 town, ladies and gentlemen. We did not. Dewdrop kind of, they was kind of playing it up like Dewdrop was jealous. That's why she came out and tried to reign. Like even the commentators, they were, kind of saying that she was jealous. That's why she was coming after Zelina after her big win at Crown Jewel. But Zelina looked to try to remove the turnbuckle pad at one point, but the referee spotted it, and that's when Zelina took her little the scepter, and hit Dewdrop in the face got the win when the ref turned back around. 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. So Zelina didn't get 50-50'd. Dewdrop takes another L. Hopefully we get to see her drop this bullshit gimmick, bullshit theme song, bullshit moveset, everything that she's doing. Like the first two things she did to Zelina in the match was just like grab her and just like throw her. She just grabbed her and threw her. Like it wasn't even like a clean, how they try to, lift you up and throw you. So you take a back bump. Like she couldn't even, like she was just spinning it. Like it didn't look good. Man, where's Piper Niven? Give her, yeah. Sometimes changing people gimmick, they change their style, their wrestling styles too, and doesn't always work out the best. After that, we heard from Big Time Bex, somebody that's been marred in a lot of controversy, no fault of her own, of course. We'll talk about that later on the news. But Becky talked about how she dominated Crown Jewel. She talked about who she's going to beat next. Bianca then came out. Bianca said Becky did not pin her. Bianca did mention defeating Sasha at WrestleMania, defeating Bayley at Hell in a Cell, defeating Charlotte last week. Bianca said that all that gives gives her a rematch for the Raw Women's title. Bianca said that she's the new face of Raw. Becky showed pictures of Becky and Bianca faces at Crown Jewel. Bianca says it bothers Becky because the people are still rooting for Bianca and not her. Ouch. Bianca says Becky is nothing without the title. Bianca challenges Becky to a title match tonight. Becky said, "Get to the back of the line, bitch." Bitch is used at least 3 times a showdown. Bianca got upset and beat up Becky, obviously, because she wasn't going for that. Becky tried to attack Bianca with a kendo stick, but Bianca caught it and beat the shit out of Becky some more. Bianca tried to hit the KOD. Becky counted and then hit Bianca with the kendo stick. She had the neck breaker, spun her around with the kendo stick, wrapped around her neck. You know how that go. Then says Bianca got her match, but just not tonight, because you better not do Bianca versus Becky on a fucking Monday Night Raw. I mean, I know you're trying to compete, but no, don't do that. So after that, we had Balor and Owens backstage. Both show mutual respect to each other because they homies from way back in the day. You know what it is. Owens said it's every man for himself that Owens needs to win the match. Balor says every man for themselves. It's just the way I like it. See you out there, buddy boy. So looking forward to talking about that match. We'll get to that in a second. Championship contenders match. After that, actually, that's not a thing. It was a match between Damian Priest and T-Bar. And I have the roster. I don't have the roster. I'm going to pretend my hand is the roster. I'm going to look at it. Contenders for the title. Okay. Nope. Hold on. It's not on this page. Hold on. Let me flip that. All right. Let me. Okay. Tamina. No. Tamina. Oh, nope. That's wrong T. Okay. Nope. Not on page 2 either. Let me. Monday Night Raw. Let's make sure I'm on the right. Oh, there he is. T-Bar. It's like 50 names. before I got to what the fuck? Why is T-Bar in the motherfucking title picture? Excuse me. Until you change his name back to Dijak or Dominic Dijakovic, I'm not trying to see this motherfucker wrestle for no titles. I can't take a T-Bar seriously. I like Snickers bars. I like Milky Ways. I like Mounds sometimes. Because, when I'm in the mood, eat some nasty coconut. But, yeah, T-Bar, I'm good on. You know what I mean? I'm good on T-Bar. You know what I mean? Go to the bar and have a drink. You know what I mean? But I don't want to see T-Bar have a title match. Obviously, he's not, because he got beat by Damian Priest. I don't think I needed to say that. It was pretty obvious once the match was announced. He hit the reckoning for the 1, 2, 3. Moving on, T-Bar will not be getting his title match. Maybe that's how they'll turn him back to Dijak. Man, I'm not doing this stupid face paint looking like a fake skinny tight end. The motherfucking eye. Man got the football paint on under his eye. But you look like a basketball player. I don't understand. Anyways, Carmella backstage called herself not only, excuse me, the most beautiful woman in WWE, but the diamond of WWE. Obviously, that was a shout to her and Corey Graves getting engaged. Congratulations to those two. They've been together for a while. Obviously, mired under a little controversy because Corey Graves was not feeling the fact that Corey left her for Carmella. But then you look at Carmella and you be like, well, can you blame him? You know what I mean? She does have those big fake lips, but she's a baddie, so I ain't mad at Corey Graves. It is what it is, as long as he's happy, I guess. And, now we're breaking up families over nonsense, but if it was drama, it was drama, and now he's happy with his new boo, Carmella, and they officially about to be husband and wife soon. So shout out to them. Then we had a match I have no interest in. I just complained about seeing it again last week, and then I had to watch it again. Carmella and Liv Morgan, who cares? Carmella picked up a win with the float over facebuster. I don't give a shit to ever see these two wrestle again. Corey Graves and Byron Saxton on commentary were really hilarious last night. These two work really well together. Byron just being the aloof goofball, corny dude, and Graves, being the asshole hip dude. You know what I mean? Cool kid, whatever. But sometimes Graves will step on his own feet, and Byron will be like, I gotcha. And it'll be funny because it's always good to see the corny dude get one up on the cool guy every now and then. So they work really well as a team, and Jimmy's just there in the middle, trying not to sound too lame, which he did a couple times last night. But the good kind of lame. You know what I mean? He's energetic and funny. He's got good energy. It's not like Adnan Burke. We won't bring his name up again. I'm sorry. Then we had a hype package for Keith Bearcat Lee, lots of growls. And then we had Bearcat come out and destroy Cedric Alexander in about a minute. He has growls in his music because Drew McIntyre has a sword sound, and we have to put sounds in front of your theme song if you're gonna be important. You have to start it with the sound effect because they won't know you're Bearcat if we don't put the. So after that, we had Dominic and Ray backstage. Dom was motivating his dad. Ray was motivating him too. And then Austin Theory showed up and said, "You a little bitch, boy." And challenged him to a match. So Ray was like, I got shit I gotta do. So, like, nah, I got this, dad. I handle it myself. So. Dom and Ray seem to be on the same page again right now. Who knows how it's going to turn out, though. Might be long-term booking. No, it's not. Wrong company. Dominic went up against Austin after that, and he took the L. Not a lot to talk about in this match. It was standard. They both got some stuff in. Dominic looked good for a hot second, but Austin Theory, being the more experienced pro wrestler, did end up getting the win with the ATL. And then he took a selfie because I guess that's part of his gimmick now. He's going to beat people up and take a selfie. I assume he's going to be fighting Rey Mysterio because he took out Jeff Hardy. He might be going through Legends, but Dom obviously isn't that. I think this match was quick because they're setting up something with Rey down the line. Cool. See Austin Theory in the ring with some legends. I'd rather see him fighting fucking Seth Rollins and, you know, people like Big E and people like that. But Rey Mysterio, all right, good start, I guess. Better than Baron Corbin. So after that, we had Arcade Bro and Gorilla. They were discussing Halloween costumes. Well, Riddle was discussing Halloween costumes, and like the most annoying little brother you could probably. What are we gonna wear? What are you gonna wear? What are we gonna wear? What are you gonna wear? What are we gonna wear? What are you gonna wear? Or just like, bruh, shut the fuck up. Like, we about to go have a match. After the match, we could talk about Halloween all you want, little kid. Like, he literally talked to him like he was a fucking 5-year-old, and Riddle sitting up there. Okay, Dad, I can't wait to talk about what we're gonna wear for Halloween, Dad. That's what he looked like. Like it's borderline awkward, but you know, I don't know if he got a crush on him, if he looks up to him. Sometimes it's a little cringe the way Riddle is. Like, you're a bloodthirsty killer who could beat up pretty much probably most of the people backstage. So maybe that's why he's leaning into it, because he knows nobody can actually beat him up. So so then we had a hype package for Veer. They took his clips from all the matches that he lost and actually made him look pretty decent. So I don't know how they did it, because he hasn't won a match. So good for him. After that, Arcade, we had the Raw Tag Team title match. Obviously, the Dirty Dogs got their opportunity to lose to Arcade Bro, and that's exactly what they did. No need to talk about that. Kevin Patrick interviewed Seth Rollins, who was upset. Obviously, there was a fatal 4-way ladder match instead of him just getting handed a title. But he said he will overcome all the obstacles and, you know, become WWE champion. Then we had a recap of Lashley and Goldberg. Goldberg had a decent match. He's good for one a year. One match is going to be good. One match is going to be trash. I accept it at this point. Becky Lynch is going to defend her title next week on Raw. That's why I made the point to. It's not tea, it's coffee, but I'm just gonna. I guess maybe because they're doing shit on Peacock, the pay-per-views on Peacock and shit, they just like, fuck it, do it on Raw. It ain't like we making no extra money anyway. I guess that's what it is. They not really losing no money. Oops, sorry. They're not really losing no money. So, yeah, I can understand them doing that. You know what I mean? Makes sense to me. But after that, we had the main event of the evening, the Fatal 4-Way Ladder match. Man, this is a pay-per-view match if I ever seen one. Shit. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, Finn Balor. I mean, that's clearly a pay-per-view match, but it's a fatal 4-way for the title. Crazy match. I'm just going to tell you to go watch it because it was way too much to talk about. I'll talk about what happened later in the match. Halfway through the match, Owens took out Rey Mysterio on the outside. Owens, was listening to the fans, and then he was like, all right, you want the tables? So he got a table in a ladder match, even though everybody was down in the match, and all he had to do was go get the ladder. I was like, bruh, just go climb the ladder. Like, the announcers were like, I think it was Corey Graves. He was like, yo, all it matters is how fast Kevin can climb the ladder and get to the contract. He didn't even look at the ladder. He was like, I was like, nigga, everybody's down. Fuck this crowd. That's why you ain't champion now. He better turn heel next week, because he better turn heel. He better turn heel on everybody next week because the crowd lost him that title. God damn it. He would listen to the damn crowd. He would be champion right or have a title match right now. Damn it, Kevin Owens. But yeah, I thought that was funny. He took out the table though. Balor was looking to attack Owens. Then out of nowhere, Rollins popped up and took out both Owens and Balor. Ray hit a 619 onto the ladder, attacking Owens. That was pretty sweet. Then hit a Bronco Buster on the ladder, taking out Owens. Owens was just getting it. He went in through a couple ladders last night. Rollins and Ray fighting each other off. On the outside, Balor with the suicide dive, taking out both Ray and Rollins. Owens super kick Balor. Balor runs and hits a drop kick on Rollins. Owen hits another super kick on Balor. Balor hits the overhead bicycle kick. Then Ray took out Balor and looked to take out Owens, but Owens dropped Ray. Rollins bridges a ladder. That's when you knew it was about to be bad for someone, and you could probably guess who. Balor takes out Rollins on the outside. Ray was almost at the top. Balor meets him at the top. Owen pulls Balor down and hits the stunner. And then that was enough for Seth Rollins to climb to the top and get the contracts. Seth Rollins is the new number one contender. It was pretty sick. Just how the match ended. I guess I didn't say that, he went like Owens put Ray through the fucking table, then Finn Balor put Owens through the ladder. That was like the big finale. Then it was Rollins was just like, oh, everybody's dead. I'm not gonna be stupid like Kevin Owens and go get another table because the fans want me to, because I'm a smart heel. And he just climbed the ladder and got the contract. So that's how the show went off. Awesome show. Okay show. The match was fucking phenomenal. This match was fun. Could have been on pay-per-view. I would have liked it. Could have had 10 more minutes because I think they only got like 20, 25 minutes at the most, I think. Around 20 minutes. So, could have got more time. But the spots they did, they were literally going all out, just like Kid said. They were just doing big spot after big spot. Even the 619s and the super kicks had extra oomph into them, or a ladder or something involved. It was one of those matches, man. You got 4 veterans. Everybody in the ring knows what they're doing, what they're supposed to do. So that's the end of the review. After the review, you know what we do. It's time for those blunt ratings.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
Hey, what is going on? Let me switch scenes there. There we go. So blunt ratings, matches for Monday Night Raw. 4 blunts. I don't think I could give it less than that and keep a good conscience, because the main event was fire. The tag match, the tag match triple threat was better than the actual tag championship match, but they were both good. I could have done without Zelina and Doudrop. Who cares? But Zelina Vega is a good wrestler, so that match was okay. And the matches were all good, man. It was like not a bad match. I didn't care about Liv Morgan and Carmella. Okay, maybe it wasn't a bad match. It just, I don't care about it. Damian Priest, T-Bar, wasn't a horrible match. Dijak can go. Damian Priest can go. This is a match I would love to see under the right circumstances. T-Bar. His name's still, the group's dead. They're gone. I don't even know if half the people are in the company. I can't remember, but damn it, change his name. Shit. Fuck. Bearcat Keith Lee got a whole was his biggest rival. He got a whole new gimmick, name, and everything. New music, man. Help Dijak out, man. Damn. Help the brother out. But yeah, I'll give the matches 4. on Monday Night Raw. Yeah. So, promos and backstage segments. Obviously, anything from Becky Lynch is always going to be fire. I like the Dominic Ray and Austin Theory stuff. The RK Bro stuff, I think this is probably the most annoying it's ever been. Seth Rollins is golden on the microphone. We had a couple recap packages from Crown Jewel. Who cares about that? All the guys in the Fatal 4-Way cut promos tonight. They were all pretty good on the mic. Standard stuff from them. I'll say 3.5 on promos and backstage segments. Nothing crazy. It wasn't a Roman Reigns or anything. T-Bar merch. I get back to you on that one. Storytelling. So for storytelling, I think the storytelling was pretty good. No, I take that back. Okay, there was some parts of the storytelling that sucked. Having 3 baby faces and a heel in this fatal 4-way match when everybody's fighting to fight a baby face is so predictable. Everyone and their mother knew Seth Rollins was going to win. Plus, he was the first one to come out and demand a title match. So it was like, okay, let's have a fatal 4-way instead of just giving him the match so people don't cry and bitch. So it was too obvious. A little less obvious in the triple threat tag team match, so that was okay. Fuck a championship contenders match. That's not a thing. So the Queen's Zelina Vega coronation, they didn't really start a new feud. I guess she's gonna keep feuding with Doudrop. No thanks. But Big E versus Seth Rollins, yes please, for the love of God. I need that in my heart, in my soul, in my veins. But what I'm terrified about is that Survivor Series is coming up. And Seth Rollins keeps mentioning Roman Reigns. He dissed Roman Reigns on this very show, talking to Big E. You don't want to be like Roman Reigns. He's scared of me. Oh man, if they take this title off Big E so they can have Seth versus Roman at Survivor Series, a pay-per-view no one really cares about or takes seriously anymore, I'm going to be very upset. That's all I can say. I can also say I can see it happening. I can see them doing just that. Yo, we got a pay-per-view up. It's one of our big 5 pay-per-views, so we got to do something big. Big E, we know he's big, but he's not big enough. Seth is bigger. Let's get the belt on. So Seth versus Roman Reigns, our main event. It's like I could see it being a 30-second conversation and nobody even thinking twice about fucking what they took Kofi's belt at 9 seconds. 9 seconds. No offense. 9 seconds. Brock Lesnar ended the dream. Kofi Mania. I believe. We all have a dream. I was there, live in person. Saw it myself. 9 seconds. So do not think that they will not take this belt off of Big E. And that is what I am extremely, extremely scared of. So for storytelling, I'm going to give Monday Night Raw a 3. Thought it was a little bit better in the middle. Some good points. A lot of things that didn't make sense. Do not care about Zelina Vega. Her little run is. I do care about Zelina. I want her to do well. I more so don't care about who's Carmella and whoever she wrestled. I forget that girl's name. I'm so tired of this damn feud. But yeah. So 3 for storytelling. Commentary was great last night. I'll give those guys 4 blunts. And the crowd, Monday Night Raw. I'll give the crowd 4 blunts. I'm being nice. I'll give the crowd 4 blunts. I'll give them 4 blunts because they stuck through some of that shit and it wasn't good. So I ain't even mad at them. So that's 12. That's 18. That's 18. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. We got 18.5 blunts total. think that's a 3.7. Yes, it is. It's a 3.7 for Monday Night Raw. We're getting used to Monday Night Raw dropping silver shows, man, because usually, it was a long line of bronze shows and shit shows. That's all it was. Bronze or brown badges for Monday Night Raw for a few months straight. And now they're dropping the gold every now and then, consistently doing silver shows now. So I'm proud of Monday Night Raw and WWE, even though they pillaged SmackDown's roster, and hopefully SmackDown can hold their own. Bayley needs to come back soon. I know she's dealing with a severe injury. Asuka needs to come back. They need to do something with Naomi. The women's division just needs to not be so top heavy in WWE, and that's what it is. Sonya Deville needs to be more consistent as a wrestler. Joke characters like Carmella and like people like that are decent wrestlers, but their characters are just jokes. Like, I want to see fighters. I want to see Shayna Baszler versus Sonya Deville. I want to see Shayna Baszler versus Bayley. I want to see Naomi versus goddamn it, just Sonya Deville in a real match. I want to see the most athletic, the most talented women get an opportunity. I think that'll make the show better over on SmackDown if they could do that. And I think just let the guys do what they do and push Ricochet. For the love of fucking God, push Ricochet. Push Ricochet and let him go to AEW. Damn it. Just for the love of God. He's too talented. Y'all doing that man dirty. It is what it is. So that's it for the review and blunt ratings for today's show. But we will be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds to talk all of this drama. When I say drama, I mean drama is like a soap opera, but it's juicy. It's backstage gossip. We love to talk about it. We love to speculate on it. I have a lot to say. We'll be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds to talk the Charlotte Flair saga and drama that's been going on in WWE. So stay locked in. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching another WOW Review Joint.
Mikasa Sukasa. You Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Look like Eddie Guerrero, man. You like to watch wrestling?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched wrestling? On weed? That's the way to see it, man! It's
Who got signed? Who got released? Who's got heat backstage? Want more pro wrestling news and rumors? Tune in for another Wow News Joint.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back with another Wow News Joint. You already know what it is. We're going to talk about this news and most of the news. Sorry. My chair was stuck on my mat. We're going to talk about this news story that we got today. It all centers around everything going on with the Queen. Or I don't even know if I can call her the Queen anymore, because Zelina Vega is now the Queen. No, I'm joking. Center around everything that's going on with Charlotte Flair. Everyone hates her, basically. According to PW Insider, Charlotte has massive, massive heat backstage. After the closing segment on SmackDown last week, obviously went awry. Charlotte was supposed to hand the WWE title, as we talked about, to Becky Lynch, but Becky was supposed to hold up both titles once Charlotte handed it to her, but apparently Charlotte thought that made her look weak. So she decided to go off script and just threw the Raw title at Becky's feet. Like, bitch, pick it up off the ground. It's reported that Charlotte did it because she was not interested in looking weak, like I said, and she didn't just like the idea of a title change. It was also reported that Vince McMahon was not happy, because the auto incident went down, and also because apparently she didn't speak to him when she got backstage to Gorilla. She just walked past him and tried to dip off or whatever. So he wasn't happy about that. No woman apparently right now is interested in working with Charlotte because of this, and not just this incident. It's basically been a long-running thing. Charlotte is now considered to be way too full of herself. Turned into her dad, basically. Becky Lynch apparently has gained more respect for defending herself, despite the situation, because, she did what she is supposed to do. She, and she still maintains some professionalism. She got up out of there because she didn't want to make more of a mess of the situation. Apparently after Raw, Becky had a SmackDown, Becky had a dark match, and Charlotte was escorted out of the building. That was apparently a rumor that was not true. Later confirmed that it wasn't true, that actually happened. But it was apparently true that Vince was not happy at what was going on. I think from what I know, a lot of this started back during Becky's rise, like her real rise. Like Becky, they tried to turn Becky heel on Charlotte. Becky's entire rise is not because of Charlotte, but kind of because of Charlotte. Because people hate Charlotte that much, she made Becky Lynch a star. They tried to make Becky a heel when she came back from her long injury, and it did not work. The people were not having it. They were cheering the shit out of Becky. When she turned on Charlotte, who was treating her like a little sister anyway, people were happy. They weren't sad about it. They were like, yes, beat that bitch up. I was one of them. So, it kind of backfired on them. And Charlotte, who's had the title for most of her career, feels like, had a title for most of her career, she's, probably a little jealous of how things played out. The combination of that, failed heel turn for Becky and Nia Jax busting her nose and making her look like the baddest bitch ever, like Stone Cold being in the sharpshooter against Bret Hart with all the blood and shit. The combination of those two things made Becky a superstar. It was those two things that made her a superstar. Her attacking Charlotte and her getting her nose busted. Those are the two moments that people will probably remember most that created the star of Becky Lynch. So, yeah, I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I can't think of any moments that were more important. Obviously, the main events of WrestleMania and different things like that, but I'm just talking about moments. So, yeah, I think it all sparked from there, and they had wars of words because they were feuding, and Becky was fully into her babyface heel character where she was just trying to be as Conor McGregor as she could, but she was being awesome at it at the time. She was just talking the most shit, and it was all funny. And she was, she took a shot at Charlotte one time when she was like, "Yeah, I was out doing this, blah blah blah, because I was injured, and Charlotte was out for this amount of time because of this," and basically referring to Charlotte's big fake titties. So Charlotte didn't so much appreciate those comments apparently in real life, which you probably wouldn't like that. Probably not something you want to be pointing out. You know what I mean? If you're already sensitive about it, people are already fucking with you about it. Probably not something you. I mean, yeah, I don't think Charlotte's the type to even try to joke about shit like that. So she probably wasn't too happy about that. Seemed to have been a little animosity since then. Been boiled over. Charlotte's been super full of herself. She knows she got that long contract with WWE. She knows what her last name is. She knows that WWE ain't about to fire her no time soon. She's the female Roman Reigns of the company. And the lineage, the everything they've created around her, they've made her the greatest women wrestler of all time. So what, you gonna fire her? You know what I mean? It's like you created the stigma and you created character. So you wanted her to be like her daddy. You had her daddy in storylines with her. You got what you asked for. So now that she's basically living her gimmick just like her father, this is the result. I mean, I don't know why anybody's surprised. Like, this is literally the result when people live their gimmick, and WWE enabled her in living her gimmick. They promoted her living her gimmick. They wanted her to live her gimmick. So it was what it was. So, yeah, maybe she's trying to get out. That's a rumor now. Maybe she's trying to get out of WWE because PW Insider reported that Charlotte has several years left, like I just said, in the WWE contract. Now, they're reporting that Charlotte's closest allies, friends, family, other people like that, says Charlotte's trying to get out of her contract. She's trying to be on her Ben Simmons shit. She's trying to force her way out like James Harden from Houston. She like, bitch, I'm not showing up. And when or if I do show up, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna have my cell phone out and I'm gonna be overweight by 50 pounds. She ain't gonna be overweight by 50 pounds, but she gonna show up on her cell phone like, fuck y'all looking at. So I could definitely see her doing that for a while. Probably how she been. That's probably why nobody fuck with her no more. They say she's been really distant, but I doubt she'll be joining AEW anytime soon because she's under contract and WWE ain't stupid. If anything, they should just let her sit at home and pay her, like, before they let her go to AEW. That would just be, at that point, you're just torpedoing your own company. No matter how much people don't like Charlotte Flair, they'll tune in to watch her ass lose. So you got to give her some credit for that. What else we gonna talk about today? Oh, WWE released their pay-per-view schedule. There's only one thing that I really need to talk about. That's really important. Two-night WrestleMania is back. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. There should never be a one-night WrestleMania again. It is the dumbest thing you could ever do in today's wrestling. The G1 is multiple nights. I mean, obviously it's a tournament, different things but like Wrestle Kingdom's multiple nights. Like Wrestle Kingdom's multiple. Like when you got these big shows where there's 17, 18, 19, 20 matches, which there should be because everyone deserves to be on the card that's been working hard all year and not just in a fucking thrown together battle royal. You got to get all those matches in there. 2 nights. Because no one can sit 10 matches on a pay-per-view is a long-ass pay-per-view. That's 3.5, 4 hours. And doing that twice on the same night is I was there. when they did it. I ain't watch every match. Couldn't watch every. I missed like 3 matches because I just had to go out and walk around, stretch my legs. I couldn't sit in the seat for 8 hours straight and watch wrestling. That shit is impossible, yo. It's literally impossible. So if there was like a day WrestleMania, a day and a night version, like do one part at like noon and the other part at like 8 p.m. So there was a break in between or something, maybe. But I would need a nap. I would definitely be able to go take a nap. You know what I mean? But no, doing a 2-day WrestleMania is the smartest thing, the best idea. They should make SummerSlam 2 days. SummerSlam, nah, I take that back. SummerSlam 1 night, just 1 2-night event. That's better. I agree. But WrestleMania is gonna be in Arlington, Texas. Can't wait to be there. Definitely will be there. Never been to Texas Stadium. Can't wait to go. So I don't want to say I'm definitely going to be there. I really want to be there because I've never been to that stadium. Money in the Bank is in Las Vegas again. So might be one that I check out. That might, obviously I'm in Vegas 2-3 times a year now that the Raiders are there. The Royal Rumble is in my hometown of St. Louis in January, on January 29th. So maybe I'll go say what's up to moms and check out the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? So there's a couple pay-per-views, actually really good pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, and Royal Rumble that, are on my list of big pay-per-views that I might check out this year for WWE. But yeah, that's WWE schedule. Just to let you guys know, it's on WWE's website. You can go check all that out. Eric Bischoff's Tony Nese signed to AEW. It's official. Tony Nese to AEW. He had a dark match somewhere. Yeah. Not a big Tony Nese guy, but happy for him. Good for him. Eric Bischoff's been just lambasting everybody on his podcast. Don't really care. Eric Bischoff's obviously a talent, but or obviously, had his moment in pro wrestling and talented at some things, but mainly talking. That's his main talent. And it can be good in the pro wrestling business, but you're not in the pro wrestling business anymore. He's in the podcasting business, which is also good for it because that's why everybody's talking about what he's saying. But he's just been going back and forth with Tony Khan. Him and Tony Khan are beefing now, clearly. Tony Khan want the smoke. He brought the smoke back when Eric tried to give him some jewels. He was like, fuck your jewels, you dumb motherfucker. You failed. Don't be trying to say I'm a fail. Don't put wish your evil on me. And, Eric Bischoff like, bitch, I'm just trying to help your bitch ass. Stop being a little bitch and just take some motherfucking advice, you little bitch. That's what he sounded like. But yeah, so these two been going at it. Now, Eric Bischoff think that Tony is wasting talent, blah, blah, blah. So we'll be hearing a lot more of these guys in the near future. Eric Bischoff also said that CM Punk is not as hot as he thinks he is. I'm going to go ahead and table that discussion because I don't think that CM Punk thinks he's the hottest thing in pro wrestling. I think he realizes that his buzz has died down because pro wrestling isn't what pro wrestling was 10, 20 years ago. People have very short attention spans. You could be hot right now. And he's not even wrestling like Kenny Omega or nobody. He's literally wrestling up and comers to try to warm himself back up to wrestling. So of course he's not getting the 1.5 million people watching his matches on Rampage on a Friday night after 10 p.m. Come on, man. That's a terrible assessment. If he was on Rampage, if he was on Raw or SmackDown, you realize how hot CM Punk was. You realize how hot he is based on the numbers, based on his comeback. The comeback was the biggest moment he's had so far. Now we're waiting on him to build up to having some good matches. You know what I mean? Well, some more high-profile matches is what I should say. So Eric Bischoff people get podcasts and just start saying crazy shit. You know what I mean? So I'm probably guilty of it myself. So I'm not going to be too hard on Eric Bischoff, but it's funny hearing him say all these things when clearly I'll never say Eric Bischoff failed. He succeeded more than anybody else has in the history of the pro wrestling business. He succeeded. Going against Vince McMahon for almost 2 years. So I got to give him props, but he did torpedo his own company on his own doing with his own big fucking mouth. So he continues to run his big fucking mouth and hopefully his podcast does well. it doesn't end up like WCW with Glacier in main events. Anyways, we're going to sign off with that, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. As always, we'll be back on Thursday with Trav and Physics. They'll be covering AEW Dynamite, which is finally back on Wednesdays. Thank God we can talk about Dynamite again, officially, full-length show, and covering all the news, rumors, and updates in the pro wrestling world. So until then, Kid Get Money, appreciate you blowing up the chat, my guy. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you as always. We will see you later. Peace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on Weed, and thanks for watching.